Welcome, dear viewers, to a culinary expedition of delightful proportions, guided by our expert baker, Jane Fitzcostelia. Today, we will be delving deep into the creative process of concocting the towering rainbow surprise cake. This eye-catching dessert stands out from the run-of-the-mill cakes with its layers of vivid hues reaching towards the heavens and an unexpected treat hidden within. Today, Jane will not only bravely deflect the playful antics of Miss Belle Pomme, but also unravel the recipe of this culinary marvel to us, ingredient by ingredient, step by step. Our Epicurean journey will commence with the formulation of 6 distinct coloured cake layers. We'll start with the basic cake ingredients: flour, sugar, baking powder, eggs and butter. Then we'll dive into the world of colour by using food colourings to achieve the desired vibrancy for each layer. Following this, we'll move on to crafting the luscious buttercream using butter, icing sugar and a touch of vanilla. Next, we take a detour into the land of surprises with our candy filling. This secret trove of sweetness is made from a selection of your favourite candies, chosen by none other than you. And finally, we'll reach our destination. The magical decoration brings the entire cake to life. So, tie on your aprons, grab your whisk, and join us on this baking journey with the ever-patient Jane Fitzcostelia as we learn how to create a towering rainbow surprise cake filled with joy, colour and a pinch of... Our first step involves preparing the cake batter. To start, we're going to preheat the oven. Set the temperature to 180 degrees Celsius if you're using a standard oven, or 160 degrees Celsius if you have a fan-assisted one. This equates to gas mark 4 for those using a gas oven. While the oven is heating up, take the time to grease and line 6 8-inch round cake tins. If you don't have 6 tins, don't worry. You can bake the layers in batches. Next, we'll mix our dry ingredients. In a large bowl, sift together 600 grams of plain flour, 4 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and a teaspoon of salt. This ensures our dry ingredients are well combined and free of lumps. As the dry ingredients are set aside, let's cream 400 grams of caster sugar and 250 grams of softened unsalted butter. This process should be done until the mixture is light and fluffy. We'll then add in 6 large eggs one at a time, making sure to mix well after each addition. Now it's time to add our wet ingredients. Stir in 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Then, gradually add the dry ingredients and 400 millilitres of milk. Be sure to mix until smooth. This is the base of our cake batter, and it should have a silky and lump-free consistency. Finally, we're going to divide and colour. Take the batter and divide it evenly into 6 bowls. To each bowl, add a different food colouring: red, orange, yellow, green, blue and purple. Mix each bowl until the colour is vibrant and well incorporated. And there we have it. 6 bowls of colourful, smooth and ready-to-bake cake batter, each one a different colour of the rainbow, ready to create our towering rainbow surprise cake. Now that our vibrant cake batters are ready, it's time to bake. With our colourful batters ready, it's time to transform them into beautiful cake layers. Each vibrant hue has its own personality, and it's time to bring them to life. Pour each coloured batter into a separate tin. Make sure to spread it evenly for a uniform bake. Now it's off to the oven they go. Set your timer for 20 to 25 minutes. When the time is up, check with a skewer. If it comes out clean, your layers are done. If not, give them a few more minutes. Patience is key here. We don't want an undercooked or overcooked cake. Once they're done, it's time to let them cool. Yes, it's tempting to start frosting right away, but resist the urge. Allow the layers to cool completely on wire racks. This will make them easier to handle and frost later. With our rainbow layers baked and cooled, we're ready to create some creamy buttercream. Now let's explore the intriguing life of Miss Belle Pomme and her captivating family. To start, we're going to delve into Miss Belle Pomme. She is a character full of life and warmth. It's crucial to note that she's the backbone of her family, always ensuring her loved ones are taken care of. Now, let's turn to her sister, Hauve, a steadfast ally and an individual in her own right. Once we've acknowledged these powerful women, we can gradually start introducing her children. Pole, Nuddles and Zoe, each with their unique quirks and distinct personalities. But it's important to remember, they're more than just their mother's children. They're individuals with their own stories to tell. Now we come to the antagonist of our tale, Horse Magorse. This character isn't someone to be trifled with. His presence alone is enough to unsettle the calmest of individuals. Crucial not to underestimate him, as he's constantly proving to be a formidable adversary to Miss Belle Pomme. The tension between them is palpable, creating a captivating dynamic that keeps us on our toes. So let's weave these intriguing characters together to create an engaging narrative. With our characters introduced, it's time to delve into their gripping life story, the Pums against Horse McGorse. Now comes the fun part, assembling our colourful cake layers and adding the surprise element. Let's start with the layering process. First, place the purple cake layer on your serving plate. Suddenly, a melody rings in the air as we remember the lyrical tale of Sir Bom McBum. Sir Bom McBum had a pretty fine bum and a pretty farty wife indeed. She blew down the church hall and she blew up a toilet, all for her forters he. Every fine kitten has taken a pretty hefty piddle and so had his kittens we. Sir Bom McBum had a pretty fine bum and a pretty farty wife indeed. After our light-hearted interlude, let's resume the delicious task at hand. Spread a thin layer of the buttercream that we prepared earlier on top of the purple layer. This will act as a delicious adhesive for our rainbow stack. Continue with the blue layer, followed by another spread of buttercream. Repeat this process with the green, yellow and orange layers. Now we're creating a surprise cavity in the middle of our cake. Carefully remove the centre from the green, yellow and orange layers. Fill the cavity with candies of your choice. Seal the surprise with the red layer. Next, we frost. Cover the cake with a thin crumb coat of buttercream and let it chill in the fridge for about 30 minutes. Once the crumb coat is set, apply a smooth, even layer of buttercream, or white fondant if you prefer a sleek finish. Our towering rainbow surprise cake is now assembled and ready for the final touch, decoration. The true beauty of this cake, though, is that every slice reveals a cascade of candies, making it a true surprise for the taste buds and the eyes. I can't wait to see your creations. It's time to give our cake the magical finish it deserves. Let's dive right in. First, let's sprinkle the top of our cake with a dusting of edible glitter. This adds an enchanting sparkle that's sure to catch the eye. But remember, a little goes a long way. Next, let's add a splash of colour with some sprinkles. Don't hold back here. The more, the merrier. These tiny bursts of colour will add a delightful crunch and a dash of fun to every slice. Now for a touch of whimsy. Let's decorate our cake with candy rainbows. You can find these at any baking supply store or online. Strategically place them around the cake for the best visual impact. Remember, it's your cake, so have fun with it. And with that, our cake is looking truly magical. But we're not done yet. For the ultimate surprise, we need to chill the cake. This will help set all our decorations and give our buttercream a chance to firm up. So, into the fridge it goes for about an hour. Now for the grand reveal. After an hour, remove the cake from the fridge. It's finally time to slice into our towering masterpiece. As you cut through the layers of vibrant colours, you'll reveal the surprise candy filling. Watch as the candies spill out, much to the delight of everyone around. Serving this cake is like serving a slice of joy. Each vibrant layer is a delight in itself, and the surprise candy filling adds a whole new level of excitement. Remember to serve the slices on equally colourful plates to carry through our rainbow theme. And there you have it, a towering rainbow surprise cake that's as delightful to look at as it is to eat. Enjoy! Let's take a moment to look back at the steps we followed to construct our towering rainbow surprise cake. Our journey began with the preparation of the cake batter. By combining ingredients like flour, baking powder, baking soda and salt, we created the base. We then brought together butter and sugar, adding eggs gradually. Vanilla extract was mixed in, followed by our dry ingredients and milk, resulting in a smooth batter. This batter then portioned into 6 distinct parts, each receiving colour to depict the colours of the rainbow. Following this, our vibrant layers were carefully baked and left to cool. Simultaneously, we crafted an airy buttercream frosting using butter, icing sugar, vanilla extract and milk. The actual fun began when we started to assemble our cake. Stacking the layers from purple to red, each layer was coated with generous spread of buttercream. A central cavity was then carved out and filled with an array of candies to add an element. Post this, the cake underwent a crumb coating, a quick chill, and finally, a layer of buttercream or fondant for a seamless finish. The crowning touch was given by decorating the cake with edible glitter, sprinkles and candy rainbows, enhancing its magical appeal. After a final round chilling, our towering rainbow surprise cake was ready to be served, revealing the vibrantly coloured layers and the surprise candy filling on slicing. We appreciate your throughout this vibrant baking journey. We hope the process of creating and devouring your very own towering rainbow surprise cake was as enjoyable for you as it was for us. But before we return to Ms. Belpalm and her endearing family, let's add a little fun fact. Did you know that Ms. D, a beloved character in our saga, has an incredibly surprising and spectacular talent of farting street? This talent of hers has the townsfolk in splits. Now back to Ms. Belpalm and her family for more tales, including the unforgettable birthday party for Hauve, and the consequent chaos following Horse Magorsa's arrival. Until we meet again, happy baking. Discuss. The other day it was Hauve's birthday party. She's 58 now. And Ms. Belpalm hosted a birthday party at Hauve's place, and it was chaotic. She ended up inviting so many people they ended up flying out the window. Then Horse Magorsa arrived. She was so angry she stamped her feet. She allowed the pigs to vomit into a pot and serve it as soup. Then they peed into glasses and served that as a drink. Finally, last but certainly least desirable, she allowed them to poo into plates and served it as chocolate pudding. This was revenge at Horse Magorsa. The people were so sick they vomited out their ears, making a boo-boo-boo-boo-boo-boo, ha-hoo, haw, poo sound. She created a concoction that would be made for the guests, including sheep poo and cat toenail stew with spicy wee. One man was so sick he vomited from his nose into his wife's mouth. Another man threw up out the window onto 20 kids. A woman vomited into a girl's bum. A man licked vomit from a stick thinking it was ice cream, making a boo-boo-boo-boo-boo-boo, her-hoo, haw, poo sound. Pole the male polar caused an evacuation of the living room after a fart so bad. Little did everyone know, Horse Magorsa snuck into the manor. Miss Belpalm didn't realise, but she accidentally used egg whites in the jelly. It caused 70 people, as it was raw, to catch salmonella. As a result, they vomited and had explosive diarrhea. One man vomited into his wife's mouth when leaning into a revenge kiss. Another girl vomited into her boyfriend's eyes, causing him to cry, "Oh no!" and go blind. Another girl vomited out the window onto 77 people. A man in white trousers couldn't control the stains of poo and diarrhea, and most of it poured out of his ears. A girl drank a man's urine straight from the tube.